I put my eyelashes back on. I was looking like a feral rat for like two
That's how
days.
I feel. I took all mine off.
Yeah. Yeah, but I'm back. I feel tan. Feel like I got clean hair for a day. I'm ready to tackle this year, man.
I
New
love it.
bitch.
New bitch. Actually, same bitch. Still bitch. Still a bitch.
Still bitch.
New year. New year, same bitch.
Well, we
Yes,
like
love
new
that. So
bitch.
Laura, you're rocking the all natural now?
Yeah, I mean, so I'm trying to drive less, like save it to like things I actually have to go to, like work pretty much right
Hmm.
now, until I feel better driving. And I was going like weekly to get mine done. They just don't stay on. So like it wasn't worth that like
Yeah.
commute and
Mm.
anxious about driving and whatever. So
Hmm.
until I'm feeling better, I ain't doing it.
Do them yourself. That's what I do.
Do you?
Yeah,
Huh.
I don't get these done.
'Cause it is
Shit.
expensive
Is it just
too.
like glue or something?
Yeah, it goes underneath your eyelashes. They're called Lilac Street. I wear the feather.
So
Have
is
you
I
it
ever
a
don't.
done
strip
like
or the little
magnetic ones?
pieces?
What?
Is it a strip or the little pieces?
The little pieces that go underneath of the eye, so it's not going on top.
Mm.
So literally these last like over a week, like a week and a half.
That's more than I was getting.
Yeah. I didn't change it at all when I was back up north, and I took them off when we traveled back down. So I was like, I'll just give my eyes a little break.
Mm.
And yeah, that's how I always do them. So easy. Takes like 2, 3 minutes maybe.
Hmm. Wow, you have to send me that.
Yeah, yeah. It sucks when you get a little too close to the water line because you're just like crying and you can't really explain why, but you're like, it's a little thing poking my eye. But yeah, I tried the fake lashes, like getting them done, but one, definitely expensive.
Hmm.
And I just like even the fills took like an hour and a
Yeah, it's
half.
very time consuming.
Like, holy shit. I mean, I like a nap every now and then, but like, oh my God.
Dude, I couldn't take a nap when I tried because I used someone that was like learning. And granted, that's like my
Hmm.
fault because like I wanted it on the cheap, but like
Cheaper.
it was not relaxing. I was like,
Like, yeah, that hurts.
yeah,
Nope,
she's
yep.
like, you're a
That,
flutterer. I was like, am I a flutterer? Or are you just fucking poking my
You just
eyeball? Like, what is
poking.
it?
That's funny. Well, how was everybody's holidays and things? I feel like I haven't talked to you guys since last year.
that's
Fucking
so long ago
stupid.
now. It's in the past, Meg.
God, Meg,
We're
don't focus on the past. Focus on
we're
new
in
Sorry.
we're
2025.
in the future now.
I'm sorry.
Whole new year.
Dude, I have a friend who lives in Australia, and I was like, how's the future? Because it was like 2025 over there in 2024. He's like anarchy. He's like
Dude,
complete chaos.
chaos. You don't want to be here. Stay there. Did you see that flight? It was like a Japanese flight. It left like I think before midnight in Japan. We're right at midnight or something. No, yeah, right at midnight. They already were in 2025 there, but it landed in LAX at like 8:30 p.m. in 2024. Like
I
that
can't
would
handle
blow
that.
my
I'm not
fucking
smart
mind.
enough
I
for
would be
that.
like, what?
Where am I?
It's like time is definitely just a construct. Like it's just bullshit, I think.
I'm actually kind of glad we're over that little hump though, because I feel like the in between Christmas and New Year's, everyone's just kind of like, what do we do?
I'm still like, what? What do I do? Not until next week. Like, because Will went back to work today. He has 2 days and then he has a weekend and then he
Yep.
goes back. So he's like, I don't know how he could do it. Like, I just
A lot
continued
of people.
working, but like,
Hmm.
I had a
ugh,
couple of clients that are teachers and they're like, we go back today and tomorrow. I'm like, that's ridiculous. Use
Hmm.
your sick days.
I would be like, PTO, sick days already.
I'm sick.
Yeah.
Sick.
Yeah, it's like that holiday hangover, you know what I'm saying? Where it's like everyone goes super hard from Thanksgiving to Christmas and New Year's, and then like nothing else happens, and you're like stemmed out of your mind, and then you have to like go back to reality. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's like that little lull. But not complaining. Having a good start to the year.
I
Day
got
two,
that. Dude,
no
how was your
complaint.
time with your family? Because you went all the way up to Virginia. Did it snow at all?
West Virginia.
West Virginia, excuse
Yes.
me. Excuse me.
As
My
a
bad.
Yeah.
My
road trip.
bad. West
West
side.
by God, Ash. Yeah, it was fun. We stayed with my family. Christmas Day, we got in at like 4 a.m. So Christmas Day through I think the 27th, we left to Pennsylvania to be with his family for the remainder of the time. It was good. wasn't too cold. It was way colder in Pennsylvania, freezing, but it was not as cold as it feels when it gets cold in Florida, though. It's a
Hmm.
different, I think we talked about that, and it was true, but it was nice. It was good time seeing family.
Good.
Um,
Were you meeting his family for the first time?
no, I met
Okay.
his mom and dad back in August, actually, when we
When
went to
his dad was
Thanksgiving
having
then.
credit issues.
Yeah, yeah. So it wasn't under the best circumstances. So now his dad's
Yeah.
healthier, happier, everything's good.
Good.
So, what did I see about you possibly moving to
It
Charlotte?
is, yeah, not Charlotte, not Charlotte. Greenville,
You, right?
Greenville. Yeah,
Greenbelt, yeah.
South Carolina.
Hmm.
North Carolina?
South,
Oh. Hmm.
South. Still south. It's like 9 hours away from Tampa. I thought it was closer, but it's 9 hours. Driving, obviously. It's about 3 hours from Ash. It's just a cute little quaint city.
It
Like
is.
Tampa
Any
is
reason for there? Like, what made you decide
um
there?
well, it's kind of like the center. We found this out obviously by traveling, but it's a center from like going to his parents, my parents,
Mhm.
down here to visit family or friends, not family. And then like we're so close to Charlotte, we're so close to Asheville and like major cities in North Carolina, South Carolina,
Yep.
close to Atlanta. So it's just you get the city without being in the city.
Mhm.
And honestly, I'm just sick and tired of paying Tampa prices. Like we were looking at like houses there to rent and we can get like 3 bed, 2 bath, backyard for like 1850 a month. Here we're paying 2700. And I'm just like I'm tired of it. I'm done. I'm so done. So, and the gym is sick there. We trained at, so
Oh, sick. We love that. We love a sick gym.
mhm. Yeah, it's nice.
It'll
Yeah.
be exciting to have you closer.
I know. And mountains. I'm excited to not live in a flat, polluted
Hmm.
area. That's
Say
fun.
that now until you're freezing your ass off. But,
Not that cold.
It
It's
shouldn't be
not
that
that cold.
cold. Yeah.
Yeah.
good.
We were there and I mean, I was just wearing like a light jacket or something. And I was like,
Mhm.
oh, this is nice. You get a little taste of winter without winter not like smacking you across the
Without
face.
suffering, yes.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
I
nice.
mean, granted, things have changed a lot. I mean, it doesn't
It's not that
no
cold anymore.
near like when I was a kid, we would have extended school years every year because
Yeah.
we'd get
Friday.
slammed
Mhm.
with snow. That doesn't really
Yep.
happen anymore. Granted, I'm going to say
Global
that we're going to get
warming.
like the apocalypse, but
Yeah. We're gearing up for the end of the world, actually.
Hmm.
So, God. But yeah, it's not that cold anymore, even though I'm a bitch and I feel like it is cold, but yeah,
Meg, you're not the only bitch. I'm a bitch too. Don't
I
worry.
know. Man, are we tracking our cursing words? Are we
no,
back
Dude,
on
I'm not making
it's a
her
new
do that
year. We don't
again.
need to do that anymore.
Laura's like,
that?
no, no.
No New Year's resolutions to
We
clean
left
up
that
the
in
podcast.
2024.
We left that negativity.
That negativity.
Laura, how was your Christmas and your holidays and stuff?
Christmas was messy, but so I told you guys how my mom had a hip replacement.
Mhm.
Yeah,
So
and then you guys did the
that
Whole
was
Foods, and but you
that.
you, you nailed the butternut squash thing, right?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
So about
All
a
caught
month
up. All
before
caught up.
Christmas, it was 5 weeks, I think. My
Hmm.
mom had a hip replacement. So Christmas Day, we were doing a Jewish Christmas. Jewish Christmas. Josh and I were going to a movie. My parents had gone to a movie that was going to be like an hour before where we when we were going. And I get a text from my dad being like, call me as soon as you get here. I'm like, okay. So my mom on the way in wiped out on ice and
Mm.
like face planted on the cement. She had like a gash from like here to here on her face. Her knee was I could tell it was massive and she was wearing jeans,
Oh
like
my
over.
God.
So we had to like pretty much carry her to the car to then the emergency room and still
Dang.
not really sure because it was so swollen. Granted, the hip is okay, but like there was a possible chance she may have torn her ACL, which is
Oh my God.
ridiculous. So that was fun.
Yeah,
New Year's, we just kind of laid low and both of us worked New Year's Day. So, but it was nice to have a night in and just kind of relax and not rush around.
that's
What
nice.
about you guys? What'd you do?
Took a gummy. That was about it. Like we turned up. We
Is
got
that
lit.
the first you've done that?
I think I've taken one other gummy and I didn't really feel the effects, but I definitely felt the effects of this gummy. But Eric, like, guys, I don't know what's wrong with him, but like he like just it just overwhelmed him. I mean, his eyes got fucked up. Like he was seeing, I mean, he like got the whole spectrum of this gummy. And me, like, I definitely like noticed the lights on the Christmas tree were like, ooh, sparkly pretty. And like I definitely got a little too paranoid. Like my anxiety was like so that was a
That's what I
little
would have
much for
imagined
me.
for you.
Yeah, definitely. Like I was like trying to go to bed, but like obviously there were fucking fireworks, whatever, and I'm like, like so I was definitely like not a gummy person. It's like I
Uh,
got chill before then it was like the exact opposite happened. I was like the end of the world apocalypse. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, nah. So I'm
okay.
probably not a frequent gummier because Ash is too much paranoid and Eric is just see shit.
Gummies do that though. I would
Yeah.
get like some actual like flower or bud. Like then you'll feel much better. It's
Wait a
not,
second, you're talking about a weed gummy?
yeah.
And that makes you like trip like that?
I mean, she didn't take acid.
That's what I guess because I am
Yeah, dude. I
someone that doesn't
mean,
do all this shit.
when we took the THCP gummies and I got like really sick off of them, they fuck you up. Like you kind
Huh.
of, I never like hallucinate or anything like that if I'm not taking hallucinogenic thingies, you know? But yeah, weed doesn't make me do that. But I'm like, ugh, when I take the CP gummies. But we smoked like shit ton of like pre-rolls on the way down because that's all we had access to. We would roll up to the little smoke shops and be like, got any THCA or P? And like we smoked the THCP and it was totally fine. Totally fine. The gummies
Really.
just smack you, man.
I was
I
definitely
hate them.
I Eric got smacked for sure. Like he
I
was
wish I
definitely
could have seen that.
dude, his
They
Oh,
eyes were
might hit you
got
differently than if it's the same thing.
I know it's weird. I think it's just like how they're made or something, but or just how you consume it. You know,
uh,
you're smoking it going through your lungs and not digesting it, I guess. I don't know.
That makes sense
I
too.
don't know. I just smoke, man. But we missed midnight. We were driving. We didn't get back to Tampa until 12:45 a.m. So 2025.
mhm.
And of course, I made the joke to my mom. She's like, "What's your ETA to Tampa?" And I was like, 2025. But yeah.
Kathy.
I just think it's so funny. Um, but yeah, we were driving. Literally nobody else is on the road. And we're just driving. And then this freaking guy just comes out of nowhere and is sitting right beside us, like high beams on or whatever, just right beside us, just tracking us. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And then he like speeds up, slows down, goes in front of us, slows down. And I'm like, I think I'm gonna die. And then I look down and it's freaking 12:01. I'm like, Happy New Year, babe. Like we totally like freaking out over this one driver. And we missed our New Year's Eve ball drop thing. Yeah. But we arrived in one piece in 2025.
Next New Year's turned into Fast and Furious. Got it.
Seriously, I
Legit.
was like, what is going on? God, I get scared
People
with
are
like
wild.
drivers. They're
He was
crazy.
probably on gummies. That's why.
It might have been Eric. You
Might have been
know?
Eric. He got out of the house.
Oh my
God.
goodness.
Unbelievable. Did you guys make any New Year's resolutions?
I don't do resolutions. Eric and
I
I
was
do
gonna say that.
themes.
Themes?
Themes.
Mhm.
Enlighten us.
Yeah,
Yes, what
so
are
it's
you?
like I feel like a resolution are like really specific goals, or I guess I mean they can be overarching too, whatever. But like I like the idea of going into the new year with like a theme. So like our theme last year was reaping because the year prior was sowing. And so it's like we got to reap the rewards from our previous year of sowing. And then this year the theme is like going to war, going to battle because like I'm finally going to be entering into a contest prep and that's going to be its own battle. We're going to be doing like more aggressive investments like with our finances because we paid off a lot of like debt and student loans last year. So we have more money to kind of be more aggressive with. So that way he can retire at 40, which is like a pretty
Wow.
big goal. Yeah, it's a pretty big goal. So it's like we're just kind of like going to war. We're just gearing up. You know what I'm saying?
I like that. I like that.
40 is
I
an early retirement. That's sweet.
That is early.
Yeah. It's also really scary because that means it's on me to make sure I am not a fucking failure as a coach.
It's
I
okay. You can
actually
always
asked,
sell your feet too.
that's true.
Ooh,
I
I
asked Josh the
could.
other day when I get to retire, and he said I can't retire until I'm 50. And I'm like, 50? That's so far. He's like, that's not even that far away. I'm like, "Okay."
Oh, damn, my parents are like mid 60s and they're still working.
My dad's 76 and he's working his ass off by choice.
Yeah, I think my
He'll
parents are definitely by choice still.
I mean,
But
listen, like I want to work until I can't work anymore because like you see the people that like live to retire and then like they die 5 years later because like they have no purpose anymore. Like, listen, I want to be a coach at 100, maybe not a coach, but I want to do something
coach at
at 100
100.
years old. Like,
Yeah.
I want to be fucking working at Costco in the back room, just like moving shit around, like driving a forklift,
That'll
whatever.
actually be your like life spark
I could
to end
see
up at
you.
Costco. I could see it.
The
No, I can be
Costco
that person that
queen.
like checks the receipts and I'll be like, you didn't pay for that.
Just like going after him in your
Just going
walker.
after with like a walker, like beating people with my cane. Get back here.
This coupon's expired.
Dude, I don't even know if Costco has coupons.
Yeah, I was
I
gonna say.
could see
Probably
that.
not. It's a wholesale club. I don't know. But I do something similar. I don't have a theme, so I guess it's not similar at all. So but I don't do New Year's like resolutions. And it's something I talked about with my team is I do like a self audit. So a couple like questions I'll ask myself is like, okay, where did I put my energy or who did I give my energy to that benefited me? And then I'll
Mhm.
go through like, okay, where did I put my energy that took like the benefit away? And I go over like how did I spend this year? What do I want to do this year that like is better than last year to get me to where I want to be? And I just kind of reflect instead of set more goals because I feel like my goals are always pretty much the same when
Mhm.
it comes to like coaching, my relationships, my bodybuilding career, being a daughter and all that. Like it's all pretty much the same. It's just how can I get better this year? So I never really make goals. I just kind of like audit the last year and then hopefully do better.
Mhm.
What about you? Are you a New Year's resolutioner?
I wouldn't say make resolutions, but set goals for the
I
year more
feel yeah,
so. I feel like resolution is like I'm changing this entire thing about my life and
I know you are.
something drastic. Like milestones, like I try to
Yeah.
set like financial milestones from like
Mhm.
an income stance of
Mhm.
like what I accomplished this year and the year prior to that.
Yeah.
Um, you know, I would like to compete this year and I'm trying to be realistic with that goal too of like I'd like to like make a first call out for a national level show. Do I think I'm going to turn pro? Probably not,
No.
but I feel like that could be like a somewhat realistic goal depending on what shows I do and things like that. And then by the end of the year, like seriously start working towards fertility stuff.
Yeah. Baby
Oh,
shit.
that's scary to say out loud. But
Sick.
That's
yeah.
crazy. That's exciting though.
Wow.
But yeah, like I'm with you. It's like I think resolutions are fine because like in full transparency, I really took like my fitness journey a lot more seriously as like January rolled around in the year 2014. But like I think it's really good that, like what Meg did, do an audit. Like,
Mhm.
what did I accomplish in 2014 or 2024? And it's like, how do I want to be better and how do I want to carry over that momentum in 2025? Because it's like our day-to-day life and routine it's pretty much like clockwork. Like there's
Mhm.
nothing that really like pops up that we don't know how to handle because we've been doing this for so long. But a lot of people, especially if they are like brand new to the health and fitness space, they're like wanting to do these big resolutions because like, when you hit set a big goal, it can be really exciting and really motivating, but if you don't have the actions to back it up and the habits to back it up, then you feel like a failure and then you're like, well, what's the point? I failed again same year, and it's here it is January, let's say 15, and you're just the same fuck that you were 2024, and it feels worse. It almost aids in depression because
Mhm.
then it's also January and it's cold, all the holidays are done, you're lonely again, you're back to your job that you hate, and it can kind of like unravel some people, honestly.
Yeah. And I
I had a
find
few
like
clients actually state that this week in check-ins that they were really like disappointed slash anxious about going back to work after having like the last 2 weeks almost off and like how much they dreaded going back. I'm like, wow, I'm so grateful for the fact that I don't feel like that about work ever. Like I'm excited to work.
yeah, but I like that too, Ash, like what you were saying about like how resolutions can kind of almost feel like you're going to be a failure at the end if you don't accomplish
Mhm.
it. But like these self audits or these reflections on the previous year, I think it's good for, sustainable growth
Hmm.
across the year and setting those like milestone goals like you did, Laura. I think that's really beneficial. But also it helps to like helps with our intrinsic motivation. I feel like a lot of people have this extrinsic stuff like, oh, I want to, get on stage. That's kind of extrinsic. Like winning a show is
Yeah.
extrinsic. Or like looking a certain way instead of feeling a certain way or achieving something from like your past failures, maybe achieving that now this year. It just sets greater intrinsic motivation, I think, which is, I think, more motivating than something outside, but
It's more rewarding for sure because
more rewarding. Yeah.
yeah, because like you realize you're doing the work versus if you
Yeah.
look
Yeah.
at like extrinsic motivation, extrinsic, especially validation, that's where
Hmm.
people get themselves into trouble, especially in bodybuilding. Because if you just look at what happens on show day, oh,
Hmm.
dude, it looks awesome as fuck. Like you're tan, you're muscular, you're pretty, but like everything leading up to it, it's not glamorous. It's very much monotonous. You do, you eat your food, you go to the gym and train, you do your cardio, you get your steps, like you do all of these things, and then leading up to it, you present your work, and then what? Right? Like if you're not proud of the work and you're not enjoying the process and you're just doing it for the snaps and the claps and, the crumble cookies after the show and, pictures and stuff like that, like if there's no substance and pride in the work that you're doing for yourself, whether it's keeping a promise or hitting a goal or whatever, like that achievement, and especially if you don't get a good achievement, like you don't get like first call outs or a medal or whatever the fuck your goal is, like you can really lose yourself. And I think it's really important to make sure that when you set goals and you do audits, that you do them like honestly without emotion and be like base facts brutally. And then
Hmm.
from there you can be like, okay, well, this is what I accomplished. These are the things that I missed. Why did I miss them? How can I achieve them this? And then when you kind of like put things into little sections and then have like little achievable actions that lead up to that, that's how you build kind of like that self-awareness and that self-resiliency so that way you actually do accomplish those goals.
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah, I find like that is definitely the kicker. Like people don't do it honestly, or they
Mhm.
over analyze it and they critique themselves so hard that they look at it as like a negative way, like these self audits as like negative, when it shouldn't be that way. I think a part of maturing as an athlete, as just an individual, as I don't know, husband, a wife, or whatever it may be, is realizing your downfalls
Mhm.
and knowing, what can you do, like you said, to do better and being honest with yourself. I think that's a huge testament of you wanting to actually give a fuck about like your life and do better. So,
Yeah.
A little off topic, but somewhat related. A post that I can't think who it was now. Somebody made about just like different things throughout coaching for a long time and things that they look for and statistics of the bodybuilding world. And
Mhm.
one
yeah.
that really stuck out to me was it was saying that like it's a highly populated area of people for cheating. And I just want I when I saw it, I was like, I want to bring this up on the podcast because like I never recognized that or even noticed that. Is that like a true statistic or is this person
For
just
cheating, like
yeah,
relationship
like cheating on their
cheating.
spouses and they were trying to blame it on the fact that people are, taking PEDs and things like
Oh,
that.
is
And
this
then
Kenneth's post?
what's
I think
his
For
what's his
Kenneth
actual
oh, hold on.
Oh,
'Cause I saw it on
follow. Yeah.
Instagram and also
yeah, I did
Facebook.
too. I can't think of who posted it though.
Foundry
Yes.
training? Yes,
Yes.
Kenneth Allman. Yeah, yeah, that was Kenneth. Dude, I actually thought that was a very interesting um and controversial post. So I'll let me pull up some megas in the 411, but I actually kind of
Found it.
liked his perspective there. Like,
And that's why I'm asking because I felt like it was an interesting
hmm
perspective
like
on it, but like I never really noticed that at least.
yeah, so the specific point that Laura's bringing up is bodybuilders have a tendency to cheat on their spouses or significant others. Not all do, but there's a wide swath of them that do. Sorry, the word swath made me giggle. Why? Because they're broken, they don't know who they are, they have no real understanding of their need for a spiritual relationship with their creator, and they are maxed out on hormones throughout the year. Muscle bound, immature, and use the only self-control they have in prep. So kind of the idea that like drugs and hormones are influencing like brain chemistry and decision making and that there's no substance to the bodybuilder, hence why they're searching for something else to give them either validation or love or security. And they try to get that from other people, not just their spouse. I think it's kind of his point.
I get that. I don't think there's ever gonna be like a statistic, like some way to actually like gauge if that is true.
Hmm.
But I see what he means. Like a lot of like pro bodybuilders or top level bodybuilders. I mean, it's a very selfish sport, and you do have to, be independent in a way. And I can see where like wanting that validation from an outside source could be appealing to some. Do I think the drugs do it? Um, I don't know. I feel like that's a little immature to say, if you can't control what's in your pants, like it's just very immature. And not being able to talk to your partner, I think that talks more about your respect for your
Hmm.
partner, not really bodybuilding or anything like that. But I understand like the whole like substance as like a bodybuilder, some do lose themselves completely to the sport. They have no other hobbies. They don't do anything else except for eat,
Hmm.
sleep, train. And of course, during prep, sure, you have to do that. But more and more top level bodybuilders are talking about this. Like John Jewett, him and his wife, when they prep together, they make sure that they still go on dates together. They still go, like, not eating dates, but they'll go, I don't know. I think the last thing I saw was they went to like some zoo or some dinosaur something, Jurassic World. I don't know.
They
I
went
saw
and saw
something on a
dinosaurs.
post. Yeah, something with
We
dinosaurs.
have to.
Like they go on dates together. They still
Mhm.
date each other. And I think that's where a lot of these non-substance having ass bodybuilders are failing because they're just like so gung-ho on bodybuilding, they throw their relationship off to the side. And they're like, fuck you, I'll get back to you in like, 6 months when prep is done. But I don't know. I think that's a true statistic for like immature athletes. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's like bodybuilding attracts a certain type. And
Yeah.
so if there's no substance to why you bodybuild and you're just doing it for, again, external validation, yeah, I
Mhm.
can definitely see where the water is going to get a little dicey and things are going to get hairy when it comes to like your what goes on in the bedroom and your significant other and stuff like that. I know bodybuilding, like there are like swingers and stuff like that who have open marriages, but I do think it's easy for us since we are bodybuilders and we are in this community to be like, oh yeah, but bodybuilders cheap, but like dog, people at Walmart that go to church fuck around. Like people at church fuck around. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's not just like on bodybuilders. I am sure maybe there's a higher rate due to more addicted personalities, and maybe
Mhm.
addiction comes from that external validation. But I kind of don't like the idea of just blaming drugs too, because it's like, yes,
That's what I thought
drugs.
was kind of.
Yeah, it's like drugs do influence neurochemistry. Absolutely. No one is denying that. But you gotta have some ownership. Like, I'm sorry, but like pinning Tren in your ass doesn't make your dick fuck your neighbor. You know what I'm saying? Like, you decide, you choose to do that. So like, don't blame Tren. I'm not saying take Tren, but don't blame Tren.
I agree. I agree from all fronts when it comes to the whole cheating thing. Like
Hmm.
you need to take ownership of that. Nobody forced you to do that. Just like nobody forces us to prep. Like,
Mm.
like nobody has a gun
Well,
to your head saying like that you need to do this. And it's definitely not the trend.
Hmm.
Could be the trend, but
She could be the Tren. It's
it
some,
could be the trend.
can't speak on that.
Yeah.
yeah, same. I did like some of his other like points though in the post, like the dark side of bodybuilding is not drug related, but like people
Yeah.
lacking character. Like that
Mhm.
was like,
I like that.
ooh, because
I
we know
saw
a lot
that.
of people, coaches too, that are like they seem really good marketing, and then behind the computer screen behind the phone, they're just trash human beings, and it's like
There's a
cool.
lot of that.
Hmm.
We just we're
There is
just
a lot.
smiling. Life is hard sometimes,
It's
but yeah,
actually
that was a really good post.
disappointing,
Say again, Lauren?
What?
that's actually it's actually like a disappointing amount of people that are like that.
Oh
That's
Yeah.
all.
yeah. It's so just it's depressing is what it is. And so it's like
Yeah.
if you focus on that, it's like that's why I kind of like I stick to the people that I know are good people and like actually have a relationship with them, and everyone else it's like it's not that they were bad people. It's not that if I don't associate them, they're bad people. It's just I don't let everyone in anymore. I don't try to people please. I don't want everyone to like me. I will be respectful and I will treat you with respect as long as the same is given to me. But like, I don't want everyone to like me. Like, I want to be me, and if you like me because I'm me, that's great. But like, I'm not gonna change myself just to have, the Oprah book club stamp. You know what I'm saying?
Dude, the more this is kind of getting off topic. But
Started
have you
it.
ever
So
seen like big ass bridal parties? Like huge, like fucking 12, 15 fucking
Mhm.
what are they called? Bachelorettes or whatever.
Dude, in
bridesmaids,
Charleston,
Bridesmaids, there we go. Thank you. I
dude, in
don't even
Charleston,
know.
it's like a fungus down here. So yes.
fungus.
I can't. Like, I mean, I have some great ladies that I love. Like, you guys are definitely included. Like, I have a good bit of girls I definitely respect and are my friends, but I don't give a flying fuck if I have like 25 plus friends. Like, I have a lot of acquaintances. What is this?
You gotta pay
20?
for that shit too.
I gotta pay for what?
If
Oh,
you
for
have a
that.
big bridal party, that's
Oh,
what
I
I'm
don't
saying.
care
You gotta
about
pay
bridal
for
party. I'm
that.
just talking about talking about friends, just in general. But yeah, yeah, no. No, if I did the whole wedding shebang thing with like bridesmaids, I would be like, buy your own dress and see you there. Like, that's it.
Dude,
I
something that
can't.
I did that I think more people should consider doing is I was not a bridezilla. Honestly, I didn't really want a wedding, but I did it for my family because like I'm kind of the
Mhm,
only child in my mom's side, and I wanted my dad to be able to walk me down the aisle since again he didn't have kids with
mhm,
his second wife. And so I was like, whatever, we'll do the wedding. And I was super chill about it. I was like, whatever you guys want, I kind of don't care. And when it came to the bridesmaids, all of my friends are different size and shapes, right? Like that's just how it is. Like we're not all the same. And I was like, listen, this is the color I would prefer you guys wear. But as far as the style, pick whatever you feel beautiful in. I don't
mhm.
care. I don't care about length.
That's
I don't
common.
care
Yeah.
about necks. I don't care. I want you to feel confident in your dress because how many times have we seen different shaped women wear dresses that looked really good if you were like fucking stick thin, but if you got some curves, if you're a little heavier, it just doesn't look flattering on you. And that would make me so upset to know that I forced just because I couldn't let go of control of a dress that I'm not even fucking wearing. Oh my
That
God.
blows my mind.
Oh my God.
And some people, I'm like, do you even like that dress? Like, would you wear that dress? Like,
Let me
I
see
would.
your ass fin.
Yeah. God, no, weddings sound hectic, but
Did Will propose
Weddings
or what
sound
brought this
super
up?
stressful. Like
yeah,
planning a wedding, I don't know.
just don't do it.
Listen, I didn't really plan my wedding because I was still in college when Eric and I got married. So his
Were you
mom did.
really?
Yeah, it was funny because it's
Like,
like this is
Jesus.
what happened. Is we got proposed. He proposed to me Labor Day weekend of September 20. Hold on, I gotta do math. 2016, and then we got married the following May in 2017. We were juniors at the time, and then I was just so fucking tired of school and paying for it that I didn't want to do another full year, i.e., 2 semesters. So I was like, fuck this shit. I'm paying for it for myself. I'm just gonna finish the rest of the summer and do like a really shortened, expedited courses. And so we got married May 6th, a Saturday. And then that Monday, I went back to school for my summer semester to graduate. And then 2 weeks after I finished school, he went back to school to actually finish his senior year. So my wedding was very cheap, as cheap
Uh,
as possible on campus, which was really cool. It was
on
cool to
campus?
actually, yeah, we got married on campus. But it was special though, because it's like his dad went to Ohio University, so he's an alma mater. Obviously, Eric and I are alma maters. His brother graduated as well. So like it is actually special for the family.
Mm.
And believe it or not, the most expensive things were my dress because my mom bought me a very nice dress, which I'm forever thankful for. And then the venue, the like catering, because we had to go through the university because of fucking course we did. But everything else, like my mother-in-law, she like has a Cricut machine.
Oh, she
Dude,
made it all.
she's like that's like a fucking sweatshop. She made everything by hand and she enjoyed it. And I
What's a
was like,
Cricut machine?
I don't know, but it just creates shit. It's like the 3D printer, but for women. It just you just do something and it pops out girly shit. And she just went to town. Like, God bless her, she made it so enjoyable and so beautiful. But I was like, I I would just go to the dollar store, you know what I'm saying? Just potpourri everywhere, like dollar store plates. I'll do the little zoo animal plates. Like, I would have fucking
Mhm.
had Bob Evans cater for all I fucking care, but she did such a good job, and I'm forever grateful for her for that.
I go between
And
I don't ever want to have a wedding and just elope and go whatever, and then watching what is that movie? Crazy Rich Asians, when she floats on out on this like water stream and there's flower petals
0 to 100.
everywhere.
Like you just can't pick. God.
Yeah, it's gonna be one or the other.
Yeah.
Laura, I think you should have an all-out version, and Meg, I think you should just go to a courthouse because, like,
Wait, why me?
because I think you would really, really enjoy that type of like
I
all
think you
out like type of like wedding dress. Like, you get like a princess ball gown and you just like it's a day full of you, a day full of Laura, day of La.
You guys are like the two of out of five people I would invite though,
I'll
so
be
I
there.
don't.
But that's the thing is because you only know five people, you're not going to spend
Because you
so much
only know.
fucking money on food. So like you can spend everything else on hair, nails, jewelry, dress, and then like shit, we can eat like I don't know, whatever the
We'll
fuck
bring
we
our
want to
own
eat.
meal prep.
That
Dude,
is,
we can bring our
so
own
here's
fucking meals.
that is the most like mind-blowing thing to me when it comes to these big extravagant weddings.
The
They have
food.
these like super sophisticated items for dinner and they
They're usually
suck.
shit.
Awful. Like why
Shit.
isn't there like grilled steak, chicken, things like on skewers, like things people will actually like? I don't understand it.
I
Dude,
would literally take my party to a Brazilian steakhouse and just be like, all right,
That's brilliant.
circle the meats.
Circle the meats.
circle of meats, dog.
Brilliant.
That's so funny.
But happy anniversary to Miss
Oh,
Ashton, Eric.
thank you. Yes, we it's
When is
just
your
our
anniversary?
it's
Happy
our
anniversary.
dating anniversary. So I don't know if that counts, but I count it because that's 11
Yeah,
years of
that's a long time.
a long ass time.
11 years.
11 years, just
Fondling each other.
yeah,
Got it.
essentially. Yeah, our first date lasted 6 hours. It was awesome. That's a long ass time as because we were high schoolers, right? So like
Yeah.
he just planned to take me out to like a movie and dinner, and like we got done with dinner and I just had so much fun. And so I told him I was like, I don't want to go home yet. Like, can we go get coffee? And we went to Starbucks and then we
So
walked
cute.
around like Wilson Park, which is where he kind of lived near, and it was obviously Christmassy time, so there were still lights. And like I said, like the date just dragged on and on and on because we were just having so much fun. And then eventually it was like, okay, well, like it's like 10 o'clock and like things are closing down. So I don't know. It was just a lot of fun. When you
Yeah,
find your person,
similar.
you know.
Similar with
Mhm.
Will. I met him and then the
Yeah.
next week I moved in. Pretty.
Same thing.
You know the
Christmas
guy.
lights, apartment
When
moving,
you
same thing.
first told us, we were like,
Yeah, I was like, yeah, this is I wake up
uh,
here now.
congrats. I'm nervous, but yet excited.
He might kill you. We don't know yet.
We don't know. That remains to be seen. Yeah, but I mean, like
Hey, I
when
made
you
it.
know, you know.
You know. I do know.
Laura's like, I didn't know because we were in prep and I wanted to kill him.
Yeah, no, it
I'm
was
gonna
probably
murder
a good
him.
6 months before I even knew if I liked him or not. Like,
Damn. That is a good and bad time to start a relationship in prep. Interesting. That would be interesting.
no, I wasn't, I
You
didn't,
weren't in prep though.
no, because we started dating in November and I didn't start prep until May.
Okay.
Still
Okay.
didn't know if I liked him though.
It was still hit or miss. It was a little rough.
Yeah, yep,
Laura's
definitely.
like shaking the magic 8 ball. I don't know.
Maybe. It's okay. It's been 2 years though, right? So
Over to, yeah.
over 2 years. So I
Yep.
think
We're good.
I
We're
think
good.
you like him. I think.
We're good.
Laura's like picking daisies. He
Yeah.
loves me not.
Save the
He
day.
loves me.
We almost got another puppy about a week ago, but I got cold
Really?
feet.
What type of
How do
puppy?
you get cold feet?
A Rottweiler, another one, yeah.
Hmm.
How do you get cold feet
Well,
over
was
that?
that?
How do you get cold feet over that?
Because we still have an apartment and
That's
a
Hmm.
true.
puppy is a
Watch.
lot. two already 100+ pound dogs. It's not
Mhm.
even a spatial thing. It's just more so like
Being
being there
outnumbered.
so much. Like when it's a baby, you got to be around all the time.
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm still trying to convince Will to do the wiener dog. I think he's on board though. But he's like, we have to
All
wait
the
until
time
we
though.
move.
That would be good though, especially if you guys are able to get a house in Greenville.
Yeah, but we move in the peak of my prep. So why wouldn't I want to care for the puppy right now when I'm fat and like enjoying life and not a raging bitch, you know?
Pros and
And, like,
cons, you
yeah,
know?
pros and cons. I think there's more pros to buying it now, right?
Definitely.
Yeah,
Will,
definitely. Thank you. Yeah.
Will.
Well, you're listening to this. We are good in
Well,
the
you're
rider.
outnumbered.
Yes, that's true. Also, when does your prep start? Do you know?
No clue. My first check-in with Cameron is next Thursday because he's off this week as well.
Hmm.
So I'm gonna just look at the calendar, the pro schedule, and write down my dates. I'm gonna be like, these are the shows I'm doing. Let's make a game plan. That's how I'm
Like a
gonna
little
approach
Santa
it.
Christmas
Is
list.
have the amateur schedule come out? Do you know?
Yes, it just did for the national shows. It literally just did.
Yeah, I did. I saw it the other day.
Hmm.
Fantastic.
Yeah. But yeah, I think I'm just gonna be like, this is when I want to potentially start prep because, I don't want to wait until May to start prepping because we're gonna be moving and it's like that's a lot.
Yeah.
Like I'd rather be like in a good groove with prep instead of just trying to get my groove, you know what I'm talking about?
That's also
Like,
a pro and con. I feel like prep gets harder the closer you get. That
Yeah.
it might be a little easier when you're further out.
yeah, that too. But also I don't really have to do anything. I am like passenger princess, moving princess. Like I would not have to I'd have to pack my clothes and
Mm.
clean a little. Like Will does the majority of everything. So that's the good thing. But eh. And I have to take care of the three puppies. So
The three.
easy.
It's
The
already been
three.
decided. She actually
It's
already
already
has the wiener
decided. I'm
dog.
getting it this week. I will.
With a
But
baby.
oh, babe,
That's
that would be
exciting.
so cool if he was
What
here.
color do you want? Do you care?
Like the little dapple ones, like the little
Oh, the like I
splashy.
should today sent to you.
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
with like the little blue eyes and stuff.
Those are
That would
cute.
be ideal.
Those are
But
cute.
Those are probably more expensive though.
probably.
Fuck
Probably.
it.
Mm.
You only live once.
Nah. Eh.
She's like, no, I
To
actually
be
have
financially responsible. But no, I want to look into a breeder though, because the pet stores here are crazy. Like that, remember that black little guy, the black little doodle guy,
five.
that we looked at was like 6 grand. And I'm like, 6 grand.
Mhm.
Like, no, thanks. So hopefully just like max I want to spend is like 1,200 on like a breeder pup.
Yeah,
Seems doable,
that
right?
seems
1,200 to
reasonable.
1,500.
Uh, the
That's
dog that we were, the dog we were just looking at. Well, I don't know.
a
I'm trying to
Rottweiler.
read.
I'm looking at a wiener.
Yeah, because he was 3,000.
Eric's gonna listen to this part of the podcast and he's gonna look over at me. He's like, he's just gonna shake his head. He's not gonna say a goddamn thing. He's just gonna look
I
at me.
was
You guys are good with money.
I would
No,
say
no, it's not even.
2,500.
It's not even the financial. Like it is part of the financial. It's he's got like a fucking log up his ass about buying dogs just because he's like, oh, you should adopt, not shop. I'm like, then who's gonna
Oh,
fucking shop the puppies that need to
I
be
know. Where did the
purchased,
shop ones go?
Eric?
That's what I'm saying. Technically,
That's a double-edged sword because like I would rather see somebody purchase exactly what they're looking for, what's the right fit for their family, than getting a dog that may not be for,
right?
Dude, I'm of the impression if you got the money,
children.
fucking do whatever you want with it. Like if you want to buy a $6,000 dog and you have the money to do that, fuck yeah, like buy that puppy. But like I just think he's so fiscally conservative and he just loves his dog that he adopted, which came from like, not a pound, but like an adoption place, that he's like morally vindicated. And I'm just like, fuck off. Let
You
people
guys
live
getting a
life.
dog?
He no 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 his childhood dog.
Gotcha.
Hmm.
No, I can't. I don't think I can do dogs. It's not that like I don't like dogs. It's just like dogs are a lot. and I'm also a lot. And it's like I don't know which one I can handle more.
God, you gotta
It
pick
was,
one.
I mean, I remember telling you guys when I was first moving in with Josh that I was like overwhelmed by it, partly for the fact that they're both as big as I am, and
They're pretty
I've
large.
Mhm.
never been around dogs like
Yeah.
that were bigger than like this my entire life. But now that we've gotten a year plus into it, they're like my best friend.
No. Yeah, you were pretty correct. I'm seeing like 3,000 to 5,000 right now
Yeah,
for breeders.
yeah.
Fuck. There's this cutie named Winston.
And do your research because the bloodlines and all that type of stuff
Yeah.
definitely is worth paying the money to have
Mhm.
coming from a good place because the fucking medical bills you'll pay for a dog that doesn't
Oh,
is
for sure.
ridiculous.
I got lucky with Chet, I think. He's kind of
Yeah.
stupid, but like he's healthy. But
But I'm even I know that purebreds sometimes have like more health issues, but like our cat Finn, it was like lured him out from the sewer with shrimp on a stick. You know what I'm saying? Dummy misses a platform and conks his head, and like it's $1,000 for the emergency vet visit to make sure he didn't have a concussion. So it's like you can even get like adopt me animals that cost like $25 and like they're still gonna cost you money. You know what I'm saying? And he already had two brain cells to begin with, so it's like it is what it is.
vet bills are crazy.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Tell you what.
I took Max the other day just to get like he had this like tiny little like almost looked like skin irritation. Just for him,
A
the
hot
doctor to
spot.
look at it and tell me, oh, it's nothing. $109
Yeah.
for literally 5 seconds. I'm like,
Mhm.
okay,
Pretty accurate.
great, fantastic.
Lines up with our healthcare too, so they gotta stay on top of it.
You think it's really funny where it's like, when you go to the vet, they're always like, oh, like, how's his energy levels? Like, what do they eat? What's their diet look like? And it's like, an actual, like, good conversation with the vet. But you go to your doctor and it's like, what pill do you want?
Yeah.
It's kind of like, huh. Eric, will you stop texting me fucking dog photos? Jesus God. He's
Eric,
like,
get a dog. You guys need one. I think it would be great for you.
he
I
just
think it
texted me a
would.
picture of this dog named Banana.
Banana.
Yeah, no.
That's actually really cute. But I will admit, there's this one guy that always walks his dogs, and they are Dobermans. And I love Dobermans. My dad had one growing up.
Oh,
He always named him Duke. And they are such good dogs. And these dogs are like sleek. You know what I'm saying? Like they are such
Honey is a
good.
Doberman.
Dude, I know. I know. Whenever you see a picture, I'm like,
I like Dobermans. They're
dude,
cute.
so pretty. So pretty, so
She's very
sleek.
smart too.
Matches my aesthetic, all black, like
Yep.
sleek. Like I'm just like, ooh, if they ever bred, just scoop it up.
And you would love them for the fact, so they're actually called Velcro dogs because they typically pick one person, but at this point, she's like this with both of us. She wants to be like right next to you all the time, like wants to
Oh,
follow you to the bathroom, wants to come for a walk, like doesn't matter where you're sitting, she wants to be right there.
that's cute. And I'm
Like,
over here looking at wiener dogs.
Dude, wiener dogs are smart though. You'll have your hands full with a weenie.
Oh yeah. I'm between lowrider or long john.
I
I don't
think
know which one's
lowrider's
cute.
hilarious.
Lowrider.
I think it's hilarious.
Saw a reel of this guy and he called his dog Long John. I was like, oh, that's a good one.
That's like calling your dog like Boston cream pie.
I feel like you should name him like a brand of hot dog.
Oscar
Oscar
Mayer.
Mayer.
Oscar Mayer.
Name him Oscar. Middle name Meyer. There you go.
Middle name Meyer. Meyer Santa Barbara. Dude, I feel like the dog names, like, I don't know about you guys, but I feel like when you give animal names like people names, like Winston, that's fucking hilarious. Like,
Hmm.
not like, a normal dog name, like I can't even think, like Rover. But no, it's
Yeah.
like this is my dog, Sir Winston. Like he has been knighted.
Or Frank. Oh,
Frank.
Frank would work. Like a Frank.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like
like Frank
That's actually
Furry.
good.
Yeah.
a well, Frank. Frank the
That's
Tank.
actually good. I
That'll be
like
his
that.
That's
name.
actually a really good.
He's a little
Frank.
guy.
I love that.
God.
That's so fun. I don't even remember what the fucking conversation was at this point. I don't give a shit. We
New
went
Year's
from
Kind of
resolution
got
is
everywhere today.
we went everywhere.
We dabbled.
we
Yeah, we
did.
down.
We did dabble. We did dabble. Anything going on this week with you ladies, or anything that you want to like talk about before we talk about what we're grateful for?
Not really, man. I'm just trying to get all my things together again after the holidays. Just feeling a little spacey right now. Like I'm
Dude,
excited to
same.
attack the year, but like right now I'm just like, is it fucking Sunday? Like I don't know what day it is. I don't know what time it is. Yeah, I'm just ready to keep up with the routine. We're finally back in our routine. Like today is like the first day from
Hmm.
travel. So feels good, but yeah, I'm still spacey. So I'll
Yeah,
have more next week.
agreed. Agreed. Yeah, I definitely feel spacey too, hence why like we
Probably that
all over the
edible.
place today. Um, yeah. Any final thoughts you want to talk about, Laura?
Oh my God, for today.
That's all you got for today. All right, what are
I
we
feel like
grateful
I
for?
Hmm. I am grateful for the people I have in my life, you guys included, my family, my friends, Will, my clients who support me and back me up. And just, yeah, I'm just grateful for like long-lasting friendships that
Mm.
actually matter. Not
Okay,
like the
Miss
shit.
America.
All right.
world peace.
I'm grateful for the new year. Healthy, happy new year.
Mm, mm.
Yeah.
I don't want to like be sadistic, but like I'm going to. I was like texting my friend who she's a nurse, Ashley. And
Hmm.
I was like, "Oh, I hope you have a good hospital shift of the year." And she's like, "Three people already died." And I was like, "Fucking hell." So, yeah, life really do be short. So if you rang in the new year, that's a fucking blessing.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. It is. Was that what you were grateful for? That you are alive?
I
Is that
mean, that's a great thing to be
I
grateful for.
gets
Like I
crazy.
fucking woke up, bitches. Like,
I'm
let's
grateful.
go. I'm thankful for Banana, the dog that we are not going to adopt, but he does look very cute. I'm thankful for his little squishable face.
Yeah.
Um, yes, 10 out of 10, good dog. I'm also thankful that although I'm a little bit stressed about having to go up to Ohio next week just because I don't like the cold, I am thankful that I get to surprise my grandmother for her 80th birthday.
That's
Oh, that's
exciting.
really nice.
So, yeah, but we also will need to talk about scheduling because unfortunately we have to fly Thursday. So if we
Fine.
could get our poop in a group to figure out when we could reschedule, I'd appreciate it.
That's cool.
Fantastic.
But one thing on that note, grandparents are a fucking blessing. I just
Dude.
realized that because I got to meet Will's grandma, and that's like his last grandparent. I don't have grandparents anymore. So like meeting her, I was like, fuck, man. Like
Hmm.
I miss my grandma so fucking much. Like you don't realize like how valuable they are until unfortunately they're out of your life. And it
Yep.
just fucking sucks. But she makes a killer pie, his grandma.
What type of pie?
I ate like two slices of that peach pie. Felt like I was
Ooh,
diabetic leaving that bitch. Fuck.
diabetes.
Good. What about you, Laura? What are you grateful, thankful for?
I'm grateful. So I have an appointment on Tuesday with the binocular vision specialist that I've been waiting for
Nice.
almost a
Mm.
month to go to, and I'm grateful for that finally coming to fruition
Oh,
because
yeah.
it's been a long fucking month, to be honest.
Were you checked for Meniere's by chance?
No,
I know that's more with males, but I think females can get it too.
Mhm.
yeah, no, no. And it's been so like one day I'm
Yeah.
totally fine. Fuck yeah, let's go drive to freaking California. The next day, step foot in my car, soaked in sweat, like gonna throw up, dizzy, nauseous, can't see. So I don't know.
I wonder if you
Uh,
could get checked for that.
Maybe.
we'll discuss. Shall discuss. And I'm really grateful. Like, I made a post about this the other day, but like it's fun. It's been a year since like I started my whole coach by LG and parted ways with Jeff and all of that. And honestly, that was probably the scariest, most high anxiety
Mhm.
situation of my life.
Mhm.
And one of those like take a jump, leap of faith, and hopefully you land on your feet. And it was probably one of the best decisions I ever made.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Snaps
Well,
and
I love
claps. Cool. Good shit, ladies. Well, we'll come back with like better organization, but I feel like it's really good to just kind of shoot the
a
shit at the beginning of the
lighthearted
year.
one.
Yeah. Instead of just this massive brain fart that we all had. And I feel like
Yeah.
Laura's pretty good, but me and Meg are like space balls over
I
here.
felt like I was leading the brain farts today. I'm like, zoom, zoom this
Uh,
way.
Nah,
We
I'm a
need
fucking
some
space
gas acts up
cowboy.
in this bitch.
Yeah, I'm spacey. But next week we will start good quality content for y'all. So slide in the DMs with what you want us to talk about.
Yeah, we
Mhm.
actually should do
We'll
another
make it
Q&A.
raunchy. Yeah,
I think
Q&A.
that's a couple. I think we should start doing like rotations maybe of specific educational topics that people want us to
Mhm.
cover, and then kind of rotating in how we were saying, bringing on some guests,
Hmm.
Mhm.
kind of get like some type of consistent this week.
Structure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're not just on here being assholes and cussing and talking about wiener dogs.
We'll
It's the new
always
year.
be
We're allowed
assholes,
to.
Meg.
Uh, well,
Awesome. All right. Well, love you, ladies. Thanks you guys for listening, and let's have a good year.
Love you
yes.
guys. Bye.
Bye.